Episode number 370.
You went from a 2% to a 7% conversion, right? Okay, great. Now, what if we rolled that out to all of our other things that use this? Right. Okay, now every page is converting at 7%. Okay, well, what if we, right? And you may take a step back.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, you know your boy is always fired up, ready to bring you a little fuego in your days, nights, weekends, or whenever you are listening to the show today. After this show, though, I think you're going to want to think about the peaks that you can reach, not only in your business, but maybe even in your life, as obviously as entrepreneurs and a gentleman that his name correlates to peaks, Mr. David Finberg. David, are you ready to be real?
Travis, I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go. And my friends, David is not only an entrepreneur, obviously most of the guests are, but also a volunteer, a digital Sherpa, and has over 9 years of experience getting people ranked on the beautiful Google, helping obviously, generate, let's be real, millions of dollars for customers. And he's out in the beautiful Denver, Colorado area. David, so what is good with you, my man? Take me back into your journey. Were you always into entrepreneurship? Were you always into businesses, selling things, the lemonade stand story?
Actually, yes. So when I was like 9-10 years old, I would sell, I started selling websites to friends and family and like making, burn CDs in high school and just all kinds of, whatever hustles you could engage in that people were, excited about at the time. So it was, is definitely, it's evolved quite a bit. I was into auto mechanics for a while, ran a few auto shops just all kinds of different hustles out there. And then ultimately decided on, hey, it's pretty awesome to make money for people through their websites and, just to see the reaction that they get from people when people look at their site, right? It's cool to be able to share in that experience. So I was like, let's double down. Let's go into websites and SEO, though it really didn't start out. It kind of started out like that, I guess, selling websites to friends and family. I was like, yo, grandpa, hey, we need to, get you a website. He's like, right. What's a website? He's like, he ended up getting a web TV. I don't even know if anyone here knows what a web TV is. Long story boring. It was like a web browser for your TV. Like before. Oh,
yeah. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. So long story short, made him a website, selling for like $20, friends and fam on GeoCities and AngelFire, these free website kind of platforms. And it was a blast.
It's so important because I think people forget that, the hustle can start with the friends and family. Get those first checks. Obviously you hear about it all the time, but sometimes the hardest customer to please is our friends and family too. Let's be real. But
yes,
in the beginning, if there's a need, if our families, have an alignment to it, why not try to pitch them, get some trial and error experience in there, learn, and let's be real, bootstrap that thing going. So now, obviously, sped up a few years, 9 years to speak specifically. I see on the website SEO combined with SEM, and this powerful combination of getting this organic combined with obviously marketing traffic, where you're paying a little bit of money to deliver consistent results, traffic consistently. So that you're staying busy, whatever category of business that is. Talk to me about this. What are people failing right now in SEO, typically on their websites?
People are failing on their page speed. So people are like, what the heck is page speed? Right. And page speed is like how quick your website loads.
Gotcha.
And it's one of those things that you don't have to, you don't necessarily have to have a monthly contract to work on your page speed. Now, I do recommend find someone that can tackle more than that. That's your biggest opportunity, in my opinion, is your page speed. This is how people interact with your brand. The thing I love about you, Travis, is the energy you bring, and you come out of the gate and you're like, we're going to add some value. We're going to talk about some cool stuff, and we're going to really have fun doing it.
Yes.
And imagine if there was a 10-second delay and you're like, welcome to the show. And right. It just kind of gets you started on the wrong foot. And so regardless of it's SEO, paid traffic, social media, you're killing it with email, whatever it is, word of mouth, right? You want, when people hit that page, they want that high energy or at least calming, like instant experience, right? And so I think that that's a real differentiator for businesses, and it shows in Google that the faster your website is, you're gonna get more conversions, you're gonna rank higher in Google. Your ad, if you're doing AdWords, your quality scores are gonna go up, which means your cost per click goes down a little bit, right? So it could, one sound investment there could have impacts across your entire, right? If you can convert just a little bit more out of the same amount of traffic.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about bottom line, getting better every day. Let's just be real. And this is something, if we're not, if our websites are loading slowly, Google's going to penalize us, and they're going to prefer a competitor whose site's loading faster. And also, what is usually stopping them in that process of the page load fast? Is it high quality images? What's usually stopping them from this quick experience?
So that's great. So and just to double back, like, why does Google care? Well, people who, right, if it takes a few seconds to load, we hit the back button. We're like impatient, right? We want to satisfy people with a great experience. So to your point, which is the perfect question to ask, a lot of time it is images. Like, have you ever taken a really super awesome photo on your iPhone and you just upload it to your website and it's still the full resolution, right? No one even on a phone would be able to tell the difference between that and a slightly more optimized or compressed photo.
Gotcha.
So there's some tools like tinypng.com, really awesome tool. Like, before you upload that blog image, go upload your photo into that. It'll churn out a version that'll be compressed. Might not have all the bells and whistles. It's definitely better than just like throwing it up there. Right. The other thing is like your hosting, right? So we like OVH Cloud. We like, certain hosts that have a very fast response time. And there are hosts out there that, you can do some research and test for yourself, or you can, again, check out some different hosting providers. Looking at that is like, you hit your website. If it's spinning and spinning, that could be your host. Right. The third thing would be like your theme. So you want to, if you're making like a WordPress site or a Shopify website or Magento site or whatever platform you're using, and it uses a theme, double check and make sure it's like page speed friendly, right? Like, if there's a demo page, you could, take a look at the demo page and plug it into Google Page Speed, or you can just read through the features. A lot of them now, like some of the better themes like Divi theme or Elementor Pro, will tell you that they're more optimized for page speed.
Got you. And I've heard about this more and more, but it's a good tactic because I think people forget you could do a million other things. You could, spend tons of money on writing blogs. You can, do blogger outreach. You can do backlinking campaigns and many different things that people are trying to do out there to build their traffic to their site by using other sites' traffic and authority. And but the simplest thing is basically figuring out your own site's page load speed. And if it's, I know a lot of customers' websites are just, their websites are built on such an old platform. And there's so much damn things in there that they're not even mobile friendly first. Like, so when it even goes to the mobile, if it's not mobile friendly now in 2021, and this happens all the time, I swear to God, still.
And I love because it's such a problem for people. It's like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't realize that, like, my desktop looks so amazing. And then the rest of it is like not really the same on mobile. And that's where everyone's looking, right? So totally platforms, all kind, having too many scripts. A thing that Google really hates is like having pop-ups that push the content down. So like not having a stable experience, which to the naked eye is sometimes hard to see it. Google can kind of pick that up. So there's all these different kind of weird things. Now, page speed is definitely a big one. Backlinks are another great one. Content's another great one. Reputation. Like, what are your reviews looking like, guys? I know they're probably great. Are they great across every platform though? Do you have Facebook? Do you have, Google Business? If you have a storefront, do you have a Trustpilot? Do you have something that's, you want as many vouchers in your community online as possible?
So true. And constantly be working at that. I think it's so important because, I got 100 on there already. I'm good. Well, hey, dude, you got people walking in your store every day. Let's just get their contact information so we can follow up with them with the software or with the tool that you can literally drip these people a review. You can literally drip them a review and say, hey, can you please put it on Google? Can you please put it on Facebook for me? And And the other thing about reviews is like, if you don't actually own any of the reviews that are on a third-party platform. So having even your own testimonial and review is very important too, because then you can use it in marketing, you can use it in other things. As we know with the social platforms, they can take them all down. And Yelp was a famous thing for this, because Yelp will hold hostage all your positive reviews.
Oh my gosh.
And then all your negative reviews are all of a sudden like up forward, and then they want to, charge you to, do more things. It's like, dude, no, make it fair. Put all the reviews out there. It doesn't matter if the person doesn't have a profile image or it hasn't, this is their only review or whatever. Hey, that's what happens. You still got to, make a process where you show all of them, and then you can, ban it from there. But they're one of the worst, man. Yelp.
One of the worst. And seriously, I've had multiple issues with Yelp. Exactly what you're saying, right? You have clients leave a review and they're not active enough. There's an algorithm that they use, and apparently, they're just not giving an F this year and going through and like just taking dozens of reviews from different businesses. And so you got to be careful with Yelp. You got to be on it too, right? Like how do we get that person that might have a Yelp account to be able to leave a review, right? Or do we continue to leave reviews knowing like they might not be counted? There's
I say now Yelp is not even the platform to get reviews on. I mean, Google and Facebook first, I think, are your top two, because at least they're going to show it.
100%. I easily Google Facebook, and Yelp is one of those things where people usually go to complain. It's like the culture of that site is Yelp. It's like help, right? So
yes.
For those unfortunate people who may have a bad review on Yelp and you're frustrated, there are ways to continue to grow the profile and grow the account and maybe get some of those reviews back by being more active on your profile and things. There's definitely a certain distrust that people have with Yelp, and I'm with you guys. I hate Yelp. Unfortunately, it's one of those like things that you just have to work around for right now. So
100%. Yeah,
Google for sure though.
I would say, just don't even worry about it. Just like, who cares, dude? If they're not going to help you out, then get more Google reviews, get more Facebook reviews, or, there's different platforms based on your medical practice, health grades, or, there's different ones based on your industry, and just don't even worry about Yelp. Just let Yelp be. A lot of people get on Yelp, and Yelp is a food platform specifically. I mean, there's a lot of other verticals it has, but like I always say, if they're not going to help you out, don't even worry about it. Go to another platform, get your own reviews. Most importantly, get that relationship going, and like I said, capture it, because so many people are walking through businesses and talking to people, and they don't even capture that review. It's gold. You're forgetting to capture. But dude, I appreciate this. Tons of value today. Tons of value on the show. On the SEM side of things, what are you seeing that's working? Are you seeing obviously Google Ads, Google AdWords? Are there other types of conversions that you're seeing work for customers and businesses?
There's some really cool campaigns that I think people should test out. Like call only ads are often underutilized, which, it's kind of a lower hanging fruit for many businesses. There's some new like lead forms. The biggest opportunities I see around the conversion tracking and how you can bid. So like, for example, if you're getting better types of conversions through a form fill versus a phone call, you can actually still count. You don't want to remove phone calls as a conversion. Maybe you might get a couple of qualified calls that inherently you'd miss if you turned off call capabilities, right?
Got you.
And so there's actually some tweaking or split, I guess, targeting that you can do between your different types of conversions. And so one thing that I would encourage you to look at is like, one, make sure that you've got your right conversion tracking set up and you're tracking not only phone calls, through the ads, phone calls through the website, form fills through the ads, form fills through the website, any other funnel they might come in off of, right?
Right.
And then be able to look through the data in the past sales and conversion metrics, right? And say, okay, our best customers are coming from, maybe they're coming from a mix, maybe they're coming more from forms, right? It's more informal. Maybe you have a higher order value, better demographic for your specific targeted business. So from there, you can now, prioritize that in your AdWords to essentially ramp your budget up on that side of the house, or reallocate your existing budget towards things that are going to make you more long-term. It's more of the tweaking, right? Everyone's got the quick hack for, getting a better click-through rate or something like that. It's really, I think, making sure that the conversion tracking is right. So you have all the right instruments, and then you can dial and change things, right? You're never going to have a totally consistent month with AdWords, even though you're getting consistent traffic. Conversions maybe fluctuate across campaigns, 10 or 20% in a given month, right? And so as that's happening, if you can pivot and have the right data to either let the machine learning do that for you, or kind of guide the machine learning to those types of conversions, you're basically lowering your CPA, or keeping it the same and making more on the front end, or on the back end, right, of the sale. So that's a big one that I think is one that may be new for some people, maybe old for others. Certainly one that I just put an exclamation point next to, due to the fact that with people getting more competitive and with people rolling out more aggressive styles of campaigns, it's really going to come down to who's the best. Are you a big ship with a small rudder, or can you pivot and change things a little bit more quickly?
And I think most people are not even taking advantage of some of those options. So look into call only ads, look into the lead forms that you can use on the platforms, and test. I always say just test, and have a variety of those options, because if you do a test, then you can find out, and you can always do a more budget, less budget, same budget. You can always make tweaks. But I think a lot of people just think that, I have to spend $10,000 or whatever it is. No, dude, just spend $500 and see what comes in, or, for a week, $500 in a week, and just test some of these new options and features if you haven't done it as a business. Because you might find, hey, people do want to call you. Oh, hey, people want to fill out this lead form because they don't got time to call you, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't even have this business before, and now you do, because you spent $500 and you just tried. And if it doesn't work for you, because sometimes things don't work, right, David? You just say, okay, it's not working for me, man, or make a change, change the creative. There's so many things you can do at that point. But I think
exactly
clients forget that all this stuff is really just a big test in the beginning.
It's being a great Einstein, being able to test things and have, try to change just one or two things. You don't have to change the whole thing, right? And, doubling back on what you said with the data, like one tool that's really helpful for testing, which I think is a huge point that you just brought up, is Google Optimize.
Oh, yes.
So like one thing that we're doing with all of our clients is looking at their, their funnels and saying, like, how can we better optimize the conversion experience for clients? And sometimes it's a simple change. It's a simple layout change or a picture change, or right. And you're not trying to win the lottery necessarily. You're just trying to find distinct tweaks and changes that you went from a 2% to a 7% conversion, right? Okay, great. Now, what if we rolled that out to all of our other things that use this? Right. Okay, now every page is converting at 7%. Okay, well, what if we, right? And you may take a step back. So to your point, don't be afraid to fail. Be an educated experimenter. Test some things in a vacuum where it's as vacuum as possible. Google Optimize will help you with that by being able to split test for you and use some data to basically determine like what's going to be your winner. And from there, it's really just about, looking at the data and making some changes, and, you get those conversions and keep putting stuff into the winners and take away from, trim the fat, so to speak, on everything else.
And don't give up. That's the most important thing on anything, whether you're doing a podcast, you're starting a show, you're doing a business, a new business, you're doing some. Too many people just give up on that, on their ads, on their campaigns. And you're a great example of just not giving up. Successful business. That's what happens, folks. You just build something successful for yourself. Now, my man, we're about to take you into our top 10. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Apple or Android?
Apple.
Netflix or YouTube?
Ooh, YouTube.
Instagram or Facebook?
I'm a Facebook.
The OG. And they own them all anyway. So what the hell? Chicken or steak?
Steak.
Laptop or smartphone?
Ooh, I was going to say laptop. Smartphones now are basically laptops. So let's say smartphone.
Right. You can just do everything with the damn thing.
Do everything today.
It's incredible. Spotify or Pandora for music and content?
Spotify.
Movies or video games to relax?
Ooh, video games.
There we go. Reading books or listening to books?
Listening.
Dang, yes, the OG, the 2x, the 3x on Audible. And you just really bang through those damn books. I remember Tom B saying, I did 3 or 4x. I'm like, how the hell do you do that, dude? And like, hey, you train your brain to do it. Okay.
Go to sleep, put it on, right? No, I'm just kidding.
We're in Androids. Let's go. Just change it. He believes we're in the Matrix, so possibly he's right. We just train our brains to perform incredible. I do like 1.52, and that's about my max. But shout out to anyone out there that's doing 3x or more on Audible. You are an OG in the game. Stocks or real estate, if you're thinking about diversification outside of the business.
I'm big on stocks right now.
Heck yeah, let's go, baby. Do you have a favorite platform that you do investing with, stock-wise?
I like Fidelity.
Yep.
I use Fidelity. I use a little bit of the Coinbase for some of the little crypto things happening right now. I think that's exciting.
Of course, dude. Yeah,
got it. Solana and Ethereum and all that stuff. And
very exciting, dude. With Solana's taken off lately.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I wish I had bought more of that. I was just like, I'll just test a couple of these out. You never know with that kind of stuff. And then stock wise, like Nvidia seems to be a good one. All the gaming stuff, like that's right. What I know. So I just do stuff that I know. But
do stuff do stuff that you get charged in your bank account. It's a safe way to invest. It's a Warren Buffett mentality, and I like playing in the future too. So great job on the crypto. Huge fan of that too. Dabble. I always like to say, don't go all in. Yeah,
don't go all in.
Mix it around, have a few things, and you have a variety of assets in the portfolio. And cash is even an asset too, although some don't see it that way. Having powder when times are tough, folks. You know what happens, right? The blood in the streets. You get deals, baby. Oceans or lakes if you're thinking about vacation.
Ooh, I'm an ocean guy.
Yeah, hell yeah. We deserve it, man. We deserve it as entrepreneurs. We deserve vacations. And when you're waking up in your day, David, you're getting yourself ready, pumped, energized for the day. Why do you love being you?
I love being me. Why do I love being me? You said?
Yeah. Why do you love being you?
I love being me. Just cause I don't know. I get to have fun and be around really amazing people and groups. And it's a great community to be a part of.
And being also near Denver, do you also do outdoor stuff? Do you like to hit the mountains and stuff like that?
Oh, I got you. Yeah, dude, I'm a big biker. Like to do some hikes and bikes and walks with my dog. I have a puppy that I got during the pandemic, and a lot of it is I'm into cars. So there's a little bit of everything out in beautiful Colorado. But the biggest ones would probably be, you can't go a day without biking. I gotta get outside every day.
Ooh, I like that. And you guys got beautiful air too, man. So shout out to you guys. High elevation. Let's go. Do you think you'll ever retire from the game of entrepreneurship, helping people with SEO, SEM, in the business?
I don't think so. I'd say, the journey may look a little different over time. I feel like if you're an entrepreneur, you got to be in it for life, Absolutely. There's always a good exit too. I'm cool with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Usually entrepreneurs, they take that exit and they flip it into something else.
Exactly.
You get bored if you're just sitting at home for too long.
Yes, sir.
Take a trip, do some things you hella wanted to do, and then you're back to something different. I know most of us entrepreneurs, that's what we do. Do you have a routine to start your day? Do you have a way of getting yourself ready for your day?
Yeah. I wake up, I throw my flip-flops, walk my dog. It depends on the time of year. Sometimes they're not flip-flops. And I think about what I'm going to accomplish for the day and what I'm grateful for.
Ooh,
I think just right, like waking up and training. You mentioned like training your brain. I've had some really great mentors and people who have helped me train my brain. And I used to wake up and as an entrepreneur, there's always something to do. And so to have that, gratitude and just that perspective and being able to kind of ground yourself in that is something a good friend of mine, Tony Grebmeyer and Vinny Fisher taught me. And truly like they, that's changed my life. It's just one of those things, like there's always something to be grateful for. Right. And if there isn't, like, we just got to think a little bit harder and find a solid foundation is to step into the rest of the day on. And that's really the big secret for me, at least.
So true. flush a toilet and drink some water, and just you're ahead of half the country. So just remember, half the world.
Too, yeah.
Just be grateful for water and fresh toilet. I always remind myself that, and we get caught up in the rat race of everything. And I mean that in itself is a blessing. Just something so simple, or taking a shower, or something simple like that. Do you have a skill you're trying to master right now? Something trying to get better at, progress, push yourself at?
I'm looking to become better at programming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm not a huge programmer. I'm more of like a writer and a little bit of tech mixed in between, which is great. I'd love to kind of get into more of the coding and see, maybe some automation or something that can help.
100%.
Something simple. It doesn't have to solve, world hunger or anything. I just want something that can like automate an email sequence for me in my Gmail, which, 100%. Hey, got to start somewhere, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the beautiful thing about YouTube and Google is there's probably someone out there that's got content about how to do that. And you can just kind of follow along and practice like you would in our traditional school systems of the past. And a lot of times they're doing that at the fastest level, at the highest level, at the current level. And that's the most important thing, because things are happening right now. If it's in a textbook, it's 4 years outdated. It needs to be happening right today. Do you have an app or a tool, David, in your business that helps you get through the day, that you gravitate to?
Wow. We love ClickUp. And
ClickUp. Talk about that. ClickUp. I've heard more and more about them.
ClickUp is really great. Another great one that we just started using is BubbleUp. BubbleUp.
Got you.
So they're both, I like BubbleUp for like more visual things, right? So whether it's like people put recipes on there, they put, architectural projects, or they're doing interior designs, like can be a mood board. It can be a checklist. It can be, an article. It's almost like a medium of sorts. It's collections of thoughts and pictures and movies and different things.
I like that.
ClickUp to me is more of like a project management tool, so to speak, where you're really it's, if you ever used like Asana, it's similar to that as well. BubbleUp has some similarities there too. ClickUp is really for Gantt charts and kind of like your project management style. And so we live, work, and breathe out of Asana. We are actually making the switch to BubbleUp. And then ClickUp was a really cool one as well. So there's definitely some great tools there. Slack, all the normal kind of traditional stuff is great. That one has been, those platforms are pretty innovative, and they allow you to be able to present information a little bit differently. If you're like in a web design and stuff like that, Notion is also pretty good to help you kind of organize like different web projects. And there's a gazillion tools, right?
Oh God, that's the hardest part about right now, is like just picking the tool and the price point, and then there's a new tool, or they limit you what you can do on this tool that you just paid a bunch of money for, and they say it's double the price, or you can't get that, or blah blah blah. But BubbleUp, check it out. I mean, I think it's always fun to check out the future tools, as well as also take advantage of them. Because they do help make your business more productive, and also, like I said, keep that ball rolling, keep the action going, keep the engagement going, and get things done amongst the team or with clients, collaborations, things like that. Last question for you, my man. If you could sit down to a steak dinner with anyone in the world, who are you chopping it up with tonight in the beautiful Colorado?
Wow, that is a fantastic question. Who am I chopping it up with? I would say, that's such a good question. I was going to say, maybe Russell Brunson, maybe.
Hell yeah.
Some ClickFunnels action.
ClickFunnels, baby. A legend, dude. A legend in the game of helping people drive business in their businesses, and helping agencies in so many different ways, man. He's built an incredible business for himself. I like that guy. I think he'd be an interesting gentleman to talk to. My man, I appreciate your soul and your energy and your passion for life and for business and for the adventure of this life. I think you've built yourself an incredible business, my man. And take us and tell us, for anyone that's interested and needs kind of an expert in the game to help gravitate their business, get more leads in SEO, SEM, where's the best place online to send them?
Travis, thanks so much. Check us out at www.peaks, PEAKS, digitalmarketing.com. You can find me on LinkedIn, David A. Finberg, or Instagram, Facebook, David A. Finberg as well. And Travis, what an awesome show. I had a ball. This is a blast. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on, and enjoyed this so much.
Let's go, baby. Absolutely. And we will put that in the show notes. Like I said, the world is full of abundance, dude. More blessings, continued opportunities, continued big moments for you and the business to continually grow and aspire. I love what you're doing, man. And just want to know, anyone out there that needs that help, please take that action in your business. So check it out. Peace Digital Marketing. We'll put that in the show notes, and check out David A. Finberg on any of the social channels. Folks, you've been hanging out with David A. Finberg and Travis Too Tall and Huff. We want to thank you again for your time today, and let's keep being real.
What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. And also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening today. We're all going through a lot right now. And Real-Time Outsource, my business, is giving back to local and small businesses. Through our social media services and campaigns, we are actually helping small businesses get more exposure during these times, and also when we get through these times. At the end of the day, we don't know how long this is all going to last, but most importantly, you got to think about your business right now and take it seriously. So come check us out at realtimeoutsource.com, and we would love for you to qualify and get the process started where we can take a look at your business and see if we can qualify you for some of our services. At little to no cost for most of the businesses, and some businesses, you're going to have to pay, but that's just part of life, right? But most importantly is that I think this is the time, folks, that you can actually help thrive in your business. And so I would love to help you personally with our team. We're all going through a tough time right now. So take advantage of us. realtimeoutsource.com. Check us out. And we would love to do some business with you and help you with your social and digital media in 2020 and beyond.